Have you ever felt completely crushed by the people who were supposed to stand by your side, laughing at your pain while you signed away the life you built? Picture a woman sitting alone at a fancy table, pen shaking in her hand as her in-laws point and mock her during the divorce, calling her worthless and saying she never deserved their son. The humiliation cuts like a knife, tears streaming down her face while they celebrate with champagne. But what if those same cruel people had no idea she was secretly the daughter of a billionaire? This emotional story proves that even in your darkest moment, choosing kindness can flip the script and light up lives in ways money never could. If stories of kindness winning over cruelty touch your heart, please hit subscribe right now and become part of the Kindness Lights family. Like this video, drop a comment below sharing one kind act that changed your day, and help us spread more light every week. Now let's step into the warm heartfelt story of Emily Thompson, a soft-spoken elementary school teacher from a quiet California suburb who lived with a secret bigger than anyone imagined. Emily grew up in New York as the beloved only daughter of Robert Thompson, a self-made tech billionaire whose empire touched millions of lives. From childhood she watched how money could build walls instead of bridges, so after college she walked away from the luxury. She packed a single suitcase, moved across the country, and chose a simple life on a teacher's salary because she craved real love, not fake friends who only wanted her last name. She never told a soul about her fortune, not even when she fell head over heels for Mike Harper, a kind-hearted mechanic with grease on his hands and big dreams of opening his own auto shop. They married in a small backyard ceremony surrounded by wildflowers, and for 5 beautiful years Emily poured every ounce of her gentle spirit into their home. She woke up early to make coffee for Mike, stayed late at school helping struggling kids, and always greeted his family with open arms even when they rolled their eyes at her modest clothes and simple ways. The Harpers, Mike's parents and brother, came from comfortable but not wealthy roots, and they never hid their disappointment in Emily. "When are you going to get a real job?" Mrs. Harper would say with a tight smile while Emily quietly baked fresh apple pie for their Sunday dinners. They teased her about her old car, whispered that she was dragging Mike down, and treated her like she was less than because they thought she came from nothing. But Emily answered every sharp word with kindness. When Mr. Harper hurt his back she drove him to every doctor appointment and sat with him for hours. When their granddaughter struggled in math Emily tutored her for free every evening, turning tears into smiles. She even used her own small savings to quietly pay the family's electric bill one winter when Mike's business was slow, never once bragging or expecting thanks. "Kindness is free and it multiplies," she would whisper to herself on tough nights, believing with all her heart that love and compassion were the real treasures in life. Those 5 years were filled with ordinary American moments, backyard barbecues, holiday lights on the porch, and late-night talks where Emily listened to Mike's worries and lifted him up with gentle encouragement. She truly believed their love was enough. Then the storm hit. Mike met a flashy coworker who promised a more exciting lifestyle and suddenly asked for divorce. His family sided with him instantly, blaming Emily for everything. They demanded she get nothing and insisted on a quick court signing at their elegant family home to humiliate her one last time. The day arrived and the scene was heartbreaking. Emily sat at the long marble table in her simple red blouse, sunlight streaming through crystal chandeliers while champagne glasses clinked around her. Mrs. Harper laughed loudly and said, "Finally we're rid of the dead weight." Mr. Harper smirked and added, "You came with empty pockets and you're leaving the same way." Mike's brother and sister-in-law joined in, pointing and chuckling as Emily's hand trembled over the divorce papers. The pain was crushing. She felt small and alone, like every kind act she had ever done meant nothing. Yet even then she lifted her head, looked them in the eyes with quiet strength, and said softly, "I wish you all peace and happiness. I've learned that kindness is the only thing no one can take from you." They burst into more laughter, calling her pathetic and weak, completely unaware that the woman they were mocking carried a billion-dollar legacy in her veins. Emily signed the papers, wiped her tears, and walked out with nothing but her dignity. She drove home to her little apartment, packed her things, and quietly reached out to her father for the first time in years. She didn't beg for money or revenge. Instead, she asked for guidance on how to use her resources to help others the way she had always tried to help quietly. Back in New York, she reconnected with her roots and poured her energy into creating a foundation that supported single parents, teachers, and families facing hard times, exactly the kind of people she had pretended to be. Meanwhile, the Harpers' world began to fall apart. Mike's new relationship crumbled, his business failed from bad choices, and they lost their home to foreclosure. Mrs. Harper fell ill and medical bills piled up until they were desperate and broken. One by one, anonymous gifts started arriving, rent paid for 6 months, a surprise job offer for Mike at a stable company, and full coverage for Mrs. Harper's treatment. They searched for the giver but found only thank you notes that read, "Pay it forward with kindness." Months later, Emily invited the entire Harper family to the grand opening of her foundation's new community center. Curious and humbled by their struggles, they showed up. When Emily stepped onto the stage in a simple yet elegant dress, the